All right, everybody. All right, guys, this is our first episode of the Rage Podcast. Don't really have a name yet, but we're working on that. So, yeah, I'm Colin. I'm a co-founder of RXGECAST. So, we kind of got it going. We got my boy Rylan over here. He does all the art for us right now. He's doing some creative stuff. He's got all the links. So, he's doing pretty good. And then we got our boy Cohen. He's going to be our tech guy. He's recording. He's going to pull up all of our things. So he's doing pretty good. And our first guest for this episode is the band Deanis. So if y'all want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Really happy to be here on the RageCast. Big accomplishment for us. I'm Donovan from Deanis. I play guitar, do some of the singing.
I'm Dean. I'm on drums.
I'm Matthew. I'm on bass.
All right, guys. So my first question for y'all is how'd y'all really get into music, and how'd y'all really get yourselves together into the band Deanis?
So, everybody's kind of got their own musical background, but the band story is pretty easy. Matthew and I were in middle school, and we had like every class together, and we really wanted to do a band with this other guy, and that just kind of didn't work out. So in 2020 December, like 2 years after we tried that, we were playing Minecraft, and then we were like, we should do a band. So it was like midnight on a Monday, and we were just laughing hysterically at everything, and we came up with this name, Deanischarles, because there's this joke about Dean, because Deanis rhymes with penis. And then Charles was something to do with Dave Matthews and how Dave Matthews is two first names. So that's the band name. And then we did absolutely nothing with it for 2 years until spring break in 2022. We decided it maybe is a good idea to like meet up and actually try to do stuff instead of just not doing anything. And that was a pretty cool day. We didn't play any music though. And then we didn't meet again until like 6 months later. And we didn't play any music that time either. And then early last year, we got together. We started actually making stuff. And then we didn't meet for like 6 months. And then you approached us, and we did Rage Fest, and now it's like kind of a thing we're actually putting effort into.
Perfect.
I actually have a pretty crazy musical background with the drums. Alright. My dad was just like, I don't know, some like, I don't know how you would call it, some shop, right, some website. And he saw that there was a drum set in our neighborhood that was going for like $90, but it was like this pristine looking drum set, right? We went up, he got it. It was a $90 drum set. Of course, we're gonna get that. And then I invited my neighbor over, and we just beat the hell out of that drum set. We probably like ruined it. There was like so many dents in it by the time we were done it. We were playing the snare on the wrong side because we didn't know how it worked, right? And then somebody comes knocking on our door, and they're like, "Hey, some guy just sold our drum set without our permission." So we gave it back. Actually, did not have to do that, but we gave it back. It turns out this kid was going to this guy's place to play band or drums with their friends, right? They had their own band. It's a pretty good drummer. But after like a week-long warning of telling them to get out of his damn house, like they do not want that drum set there anymore, he just sold it for $90. And they got it back, and it was dented because two idiots beat on it for like hours straight because they had nothing better to do. And after that, I was like, I kind of like the drums. So we bought another drum set. Boom. That's how that happened. Before I just played viola.
All right, Matthew, what's your story?
So I was in the Hines Middle School concert band with my boy Rylan up there. That was a great, experience, right? I came in on trumpet and I just did that until middle school. Me and
Great.
Donovan were joking about doing a band. Eventually we did, and I realized I had nothing to give into the band, so I started playing bass. And my brother's best friend, really, really talented bassist, gave me his one of his old basses that he didn't play much for free. So I just got on that, started doing it. It's pretty cool.
All right, perfect. So I know you guys record in Dean's attic. So could you explain just what like a typical band meetup is? What y'all do?
Yeah. So usually, we just kind of like pick a time. It's typically like Sunday at 2 or 3. And then Matthew and I roll up and we go up there. And then for like 30 minutes, we kind of don't really do anything. And then we'll jerry rig the audio system together. And then we kind of just jam stuff out. Or, if we have ideas, we explore them a bit. We've been doing a lot more of that recently, just because the jamming kind of hasn't been bringing out a lot. But it's pretty tight in the attic, so we're kind of like stepping on each other's toes a lot of the time. But
Holding hands,
you gotta
it's good.
have pressure to make diamonds, so it's definitely a good time.
I gotta say we were way worse at the whole band in the attic thing. Before Rage Fest. Rage Fest kind of like taught us how to like actually do shit. Before it was like we would literally skip to the last phase where they just like I'm just on my phone behind the drum set waiting for y'all to leave, and y'all are sitting there just like playing random instruments you can find around the place because we cannot figure out anything to do but feel the need to still play music because there's music around us. That's just what would happen. You guys would come up and somebody would start playing some shit, and then we all try to add on, and then we just play that for like until we got sick of it and do that like 2 more times. Then it was just like dry. Nothing happened. After like an hour of like jack shit, I was like, okay, can I leave? And they were like, yeah, okay. We got
It's
way better at
basically
that.
what we do now, but we just got good at making it sound good. So we call it things now and say it's a song.
We have a
It's pretty
period
great
of
now.
nirvana and like somewhere in the middle of that, where it's just like
Yeah.
proper coordination, actually like making something, and after that, nothing.
We hit a flow state.
It's a bell
Dean
curve.
or I will play something, and then we'll just build off of that, and it usually works out pretty well.
Yeah.
It gets goofy.
Cohen, can we get the potential energy decay graph on the screen? That's basically what it looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, while you pull that up, it's like Dean said, we kind of build up to a thing, and then we'll hit the peak, like any of those. Yeah, there you go. So we'll build up to the thing, and then when it hits VZ, we're like doing it, and then someone will go, all right, I'm kind of tired, and then we'll all just immediately fall apart.
It's so great. We
Usually starts
all
when Matthew gets a headache.
I'll get a
Yeah,
headache.
no
Dean
water.
and Donovan will yell at each other about one thing for 30 minutes, and I'll zone out. And then I'll sit on the couch and start touching his piano, his keyboard, and then we all do that for like an hour, and then we leave. And that's the best part.
Find like we find the sound effects section on the piano, and we just do that for like 10 minutes. That's it. Leave. The gunshot.
It's
Guys,
great.
look. And we're out.
Reverse cymbal crash.
Yeah.
All right, so do you guys have any like original songs out right now? Are y'all working on anything like that?
I'm gonna promise that stuff will be out soon. So we made an Instagram post in December. Matthew and I were on the phone in December as we usually are, and we were like, it'd be really funny if we made a post. So we put this picture up, Cohen. It's in the chat if you want to open it.
We stayed up till 1 a.m. making it.
Yeah, and And then we posted this and said, guys, stay tuned, stuff's coming. And then we never did anything. We didn't meet up for like a month because that's our thing. But I think we'll have a couple. We got some stuff actually in the works now that's close to the end of its like demoing phase. So there could be some stuff out, for the second Rage Fest. There will be at least one original song out, and we'll definitely play more of them at Rage Fest, even if they're not available on streaming. So make sure to go to Rage Fest too if you want to catch some secret content that not everyone will be aware of.
There we go. Like the plug. So yeah. So why don't you guys talk about your experience at Rage Fest? Kind of how was that for you guys? Like I know that was your first show, so
Crazy guy's 18th birthday. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Dean
I don't get me
turned
wrong. I
18.
was not like moshing or anything. I was kind of around. Probably spent half of the time sitting down once the benches got out because my knees are not built for standing for that long.
I breathed in
Yeah,
so much
overall pretty
dirt.
good.
I almost broke Cohen's nose.
Yeah, that dirt. Oh my god.
Yeah, that kind of sucked, man.
It was kind of hype. It was great.
Yeah. Rage Fest was it was this really cool experience. Everybody who performed there for the most part helped actually set the event up too. Rage Fest is pretty cool for that. Everything's kind of homegrown. But yeah, we showed up at 11, and then I think we went home. It was like 9:30, so it was a nice long day. And I had a great time. No food, no water. I don't do that. We got up there. We had a good time. Everybody was having fun. I don't think outside of when Matthew almost broke Cohen's nose, anyone was sad or upset. And even then, we were all kind of laughing at him.
Yeah, well, I went home and cried. So
I
Yo,
think Colin
you
put a little bit too many rules in place.
Who was the guy that tackled my balls? Who did that?
that was Rylan.
Oh, that was Rylan.
Rylan fucking he swan dived on my fucking balls on the ground. We tussled. Cohen grabbed me from behind,
To help
and I went
pick
to
you
flip
up,
my hair out my face.
and then you killed me.
I headbutt Cohen in the nose, and this shit went. That was not good.
It cracked.
It was. It sounded.
I'm sorry about that.
I think Colin put a little bit too many rules in place.
You said what, Dean?
Do you think Colin put a little bit too many rules in place? You can't go outside this section of the mosh pit or anything like that. You can't go in the pool in the back. You can't smoke weed in the bathroom. I don't know. I feel like there could have been a little bit less let loose on
Yeah,
that.
no, that Colin guy was a real ass.
Yeah, man, I really can't stand that guy. He's always putting a tamper on my
Also-
projects and stuff.
Yeah. Did he turn like the bass all the way up and we couldn't hear anything? We couldn't hear like the people rapping at all. Just vibration. That's all that was. Who was turning up the dirt from the ground with that one?
The best part though probably was the issue with the supply chain that kind of threw everything out of order the day of. So that was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, for you guys that don't know, that's a crazy story. So we had like a drum set and everything set up the night before, and then yeah, the night before I get a call from the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry, my band's got to drop out, and I'm not gonna be able to bring any of the stuff that I said." So it was kind of like, oh, so we really struggled, but my boy Rylan came through. We got our drum set. I had another guy bring us all these big speakers. So we had everything set up the best we could. We're definitely working on getting our own equipment next time, though.
I gave you
Oh,
my
yeah.
ride,
Oliver.
right? My cymbals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used
Everybody
your
had to
snare
pitch
too.
in.
We filled my car to the brim.
It's a group project.
Me and Donovan had to wait outside of Warwick High School for an hour and a half, waiting for the band director to get mic stands, anything we could salvage. Dude, that was stressful. That was awesome though.
Yeah,
I
man.
cried
I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
it was really perfect.
Well, I would have liked for my nose to not get hurt. really bad.
Yeah, it had to happen, dude. It was a part of the experience.
I think I clutched up at one point. I brought like 2 big boxes of granola bars with me, and like some people started talking about they were starving. I think it was like Donovan and Matthew or something. I was like, oh, I've got some granola bars in my car, and all of a sudden, 7 unnamed people who were hungry came and stormed my car, and I was left with like 2 granola bars left.
You wouldn't let a granola bar
Took all
start
like the best flavor too. They left all like the really shitty ones.
Oh, the car thing. So, we parked next to the stage where all the dust was blowing. And I don't know if this happened to your truck, but the next morning I went to drop Matthew's stuff off at his house. And it was kind of hot outside, so I turned the vents on in my car, and it just blew dust everywhere. 'Cause it was so sandy, and like my shoes were brown. Um, it because it just didn't rain for months.
So
It hadn't
much
rained
dust.
since like August, and we did it in November. The place was just bone dry.
My
Yeah,
amp
you
still
know.
has dust in it. It's not doing too well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Next time I'll make sure to make it rain the day before, so then we can have a mud
Yeah,
pit.
thanks for getting on that.
Yeah.
Just getting all the people to throw water at each other. That helped.
Oh, that was
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that
Shout
was
out to
nice.
Arson for that one.
everybody grab a bottle of water. When's the arson episode? I gotta be there.
Oh, we got so many more coming. I got a long list of people that want to do it. So, you know, content on the way. But yeah, you know, on the Rage Division side, we're kind of working hard. I kind of got lazy and stopped for a bit after Rage Fest. You know, I was drawing up some things, of course, but I was really kind of taking a break. It was kind of a lot. We signed on Rylan at the end of the year last year. So that was awesome because, you know, I needed some help drawing.
No, I'm
And
glad to be here.
yeah, so he's doing the lettering for our next project. So definitely go support. We dropped our website at the end of last year too. So if y'all don't have any Rage Division stuff, y'all can get this one online there. You know, it's as cheap as we can possibly make it. And yeah. So, you know, we're always trying to work. We're trying to get it better. Our next one, we're doing our sweatsuit, so sweatshirt and sweatpants. So
Sweatshop.
that's awesome. Yeah, no sweatshop, you know. All handmade products, you know, doing it ourselves. We do it in my front and backyard, and the garage becomes a drying rack after. So
Oh,
I'm
that
sure
sounds
my
like a
parents love that. But yeah, you know, what can you say? So yeah, so let's do some let's just do some like funny stories, you know. What's like some of the funny stories y'all have while y'all were like making music or just kind of hanging out as a group together?
So the first day we took so many pictures of just like stuff at Dean's house. I can send some for
I
editing,
gotta pull up.
but
Oh,
we
there's
that day was so funny because we had never gone to Dean's house before, or at least I hadn't. So it was like just this hilarious thing, and we always had like jokes about how Dean lives in the Pee Wee Herman house. But he just, I mean, there was some funny stuff there. And then we were up there over the summer when it was like 96 degrees outside, and so you know we're like 2 years into having gone to Dean's house. Um, and in that entire time, he had never mentioned that the windows open because the attic has these two little quarter round windows, and he was like, "Oh, you want me to open the window, guys?" So there were days where we would be up there like shirtless and soaked in sweat because just there's no airflow. And then this one day he just decides to remember that the window's open. I'm really struggling to find these pictures. Um,
I did not connect the dots that opening the windows would somehow help with us being hot. I was like, it's hot outside. Why would be opening the windows help? That's just bringing the hot inside. That ain't how that works.
Dean's a big
That's the
thinker.
part where y'all said you take off all your T-shirts. And
Oh yeah,
can
no,
y'all
that was a
elaborate
great experience.
on my
Yeah, I got you. So get hot, T-shirt off, right? So that's basically
Okay.
the like the order of operations there, but it's a great experience. Dean does not partake in the shirtless activities. Kind of a bummer, like we can't really connect on a deeper level through that, just because of that barrier there. But honestly, we work with him to get past that and move on. But honestly, great experience. Every band has to have the shirtless days. You just go in, back to strap. You know what I'm saying? Uh, sometimes it gets hot.
Hey man, I feel you on that one. You got any good stories, Dean?
About the band, I don't know. I don't like remember shit.
Yeah,
So
that's
real.
another thing. This guy Dean will not remember who people are. It's so funny.
Oh,
But yeah, we all have our
terrible with
quirks.
names.
So
It's funny to a crazy extent because we all went to elementary school together, and during Rage Fest we brought Colin up to the attic just to kind of show him what was going on, and Dean did not know who he was.
Hey man, people change, That's a long time.
It's so funny. Okay, so I'll go to like a band program, right? Now I do it for like community service hours because my school needs me to do that. But before, it was like I had this band, right? And I literally saw these people every week. It didn't matter how many times they told me their names, I could never remember their names. Every time I walk in, I'd be like, Nick, he'd be like, Nate, and I'd be like, shit. Every time, every single time. It took me like 2 years of being in a band with them to actually like know their names on the spot. I don't know why. I'm like terrible with that.
Oh man. Yeah, that's great, Everybody, they be doing their thing. So all right, I'm gonna switch it to you, Rylan. You got any good questions for the people? Denis, Charles?
Actually, see questions, no, but in the chat there's actually some photos that I think we should look at.
Yeah. Let's Cohen, pull up the photos for us. And kind of give a background on each of these if you guys can.
All right,
Yeah,
I got
for
this
sure.
one. I'll explain this one right here. So, pull it up, please. Yeah, thank you. So this post Rage Fest, right? We were in the attic, and then Dean's face itched, so he itched it.
Yeah, but he did it like
All
a
right, let's
dog,
move
and he
on.
made the like
I had
tap
like a
tap
flea in
tap
there.
sound. So this is from day one. Why you keep? This is from day one. Shit, and it's just us in Dean's living room, but he's got a mirror wardrobe in his living room, so we posted up for that. I mean, it's pretty basic. There's a lot of the day one pictures in here.
To be honest, the first day y'all came to my house, it'd been like the first time in forever I'd seen you guys in person. It is like a completely different thing than seeing y'all online. Y'all came to my house and started doing shit. I was like, man, these dudes are gay as hell. What is this? They're like grabbing each other and shit. I was like freaked out. I got used to it though, eventually.
Yeah, that's good. Still doesn't take his shirt off, but we're working
Yeah,
together.
so the next picture, the three of us, Dean didn't want to be in any of these pictures, so we'd get ones where he's like standing behind us. But this one's pretty funny. So we were walking around, and we got to the kitchen, and Matthew was like, "Man, I'm hungry." So Dean was like, "Well, we have some donuts." Did you just eat the one? I thought you ate like two, right?
Dude, I this was like at around 2, right? And I didn't eat breakfast that morning, and I didn't eat lunch. And I went there, and I just hadn't thought about it. until we got there. We step in his kitchen and it hit me, and I was like, "Damn, I'm hungry. I'll eat anything." Dean, do you have food? And then he was like, "My dad bought donuts 2 days ago," and I said, "That'll be good." So I ate like I started eating the donuts, and then he told me they were a few days old, and then I started regretting my decision. I regretted it later that night, but it was all right, right?
I was talking about the photos and how I was like never wanted to be in any of them. That's because y'all took like 50 photos, and by the third one, I was out of poses. All right.
Dean's a big poser. We're getting into so a few months ago, we got into tennis pretty big. As in we would play it every weekend. So this was a big arc for us. This was pretty good. I liked it. We played tennis, and that was like a thing that we did for funny. It was great. We were not good. None of us were. Can we move on to the next picture, please? Yeah. So that's the
go
same
to the
picture.
one
So
where it's
the
just
next one.
Dean.
No, not yet.
That
Not
one's
yet.
funny
So
too, but that one, the one where it's just Dean, like below that, just click to the next image.
we were shaking hands through our pants.
Right. So you can't really tell. I don't know who has this. There is a picture of Dean where he throws this gang sign that
can
he
find it.
claims to have created.
It's my signature hand sign.
Yeah. So here, if you go to Dean and he'll do it, I guess.
Beautiful.
Yeah, cross him up. But it's, so if you guys are at Rage Fest and you see us or you're up on stage with us, make sure to throw that with no context and yell a lot.
And do it
So
to
then
like
the
random people
next
on the
picture
street,
after
too.
that is one of the 96-degree days, and you can see how sweaty Dean is.
I think I was sweaty. I don't think I was even sweaty. I think that's just how I look after I don't get a haircut after a while.
Okay, but it was hot up there, and the windows were shut, and he didn't tell us about that. And you can also see our quality audio setup too, the gaming headphones. So when the songs come out and you're curious about our production, we use a blue snowball mic that we kind of
With
just
a
put on the floor.
We
And
got
yeah, it'll be double socked, double bagging.
I'm recording with it right now. I'm only single socked up, but
Okay.
it's important.
And then to mix, we use an array of gaming headphones and Bluetooth speakers.
Hey man, only
So if you
top-notch
guys want
quality.
that clean, crisp, quality, modern, but with a little hint of vintage production sound, you can achieve that with Alesis. Is it Alesis? Yeah, Alesis gaming headphones. Alesis? I don't know. I think it's Alesis.
Oh, can you go to my camera?
Astro
I gotta
gaming
show you these.
headphones. Sorry, guys.
These
Astro
things.
gaming headphones. Those are the plug.
Quality right here.
Use Astro gaming headphones to get the best audio. Yeah.
I'm trying really hard
This
to
is just
find
them outside of the house. The yellow house is not Dean's house, so if you think that's Dean's house, please do not go up to it.
That's Nicholas.
That's Nicholas. You'll regret it.
So this picture was taken just before spring break last year.
That was a great.
So the end of March. Dean's got the crown. He's throwing signs. This picture is pretty funny. So this is the last time we met for a minute before, because I went on a trip with Cohen over spring break, which was pretty interesting.
It was very fun.
Me and Dean didn't talk for a week. It was good.
Yeah. This was from a period where the two of them didn't know how to hang out with each other. And it was really funny because we anytime we'd meet up, I would coordinate it. it'd be in our group chat, but the two of them would just like message at me and not at each other.
Donovan was the bridge. Matthew
He
have a
was the
history.
glue. Yeah.
A storied past.
Donovan, can you find the picture of the Star Wars wife beater?
That's it.
Oh,
picture.
yeah, okay.
Thank you, Dean. That is the good one.
Beautiful.
Um, fucking shit.
This is pre mustache Dean. This was like this is like middle school.
Elementary school. This was the best Dean era. Most hated by me, but you know, looking back retrospectively, you can't get better than that. 3 jeans.
Three baseball caps.
What's the
Atlanta
shirt
Dean.
say? Jamie, can you zoom in? I zombie don't skate.
Zombies don't skate.
Oh shoot.
Oh man, fashion forward thinker right there.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, that
need
was part of the one part Dean fashion series.
And that's the only
That was a
picture of
great
him
part.
wearing pants too. He's a big shorts guy.
Yeah, big shorts guy.
The only time I wear pants is like to weddings and church. Get it?
Also,
Class.
should we? I have a question. Should we talk about the whole Colton thing?
Yeah, okay. So there's 3 of us in this band, which I'm sure you're aware of. But there was a very
If you
brief
can
moment
count.
in history, which I'll look for a picture of, where there were more than 3 of us. So we went to school with this guy Colton, and you know he's a cool guy. Big
Yeah,
fan of him.
shout out my boy Colton. You know, he got a little screwed over
Dorito
in some of his
King.
music, but you know, he's gonna make it
And
work.
Yeah.
we were kind of like not great people to this guy, unfortunately. And I think
Especially me.
we've cleaned a lot of it up with him. But we were kind of just experimenting with the band early on. And sorry, I'm trying to find this picture while I talk. But he had just gotten into playing music too. So we were like, all right, it'd be cool if we got him and we did this with him, right? So we talked to him. I want the one where it's like he's edited in. There's some funny ones in here. Yeah, we'll get this one where Dean's like ruling on himself. But we brought him in and we didn't really know what to do, so we kind of just like forced it. And I think it definitely is entirely on us because we just didn't know like what we were doing. And then I went away for a bit over the summer. The band went on hiatus, and we just kind of like met up. And at first we like didn't think about it, and then we're like, oh, we totally are just not inviting this guy. And then when we remembered, we continued to not invite him because high schoolers are really nice to people. But um, yeah. So he did some other project, uh, which I don't know the current situation of, and there is a chance he comes back now. Um,
Yeah, it's in the
especially
talk.
with after the logistics of 3 people trying to play a 5-person band song at Rage Fest, we were like, maybe we should increase the roster size a bit. So there's talks of getting Colton back. So it'll be like a twist on the Metallica story. For those of you who know.
Hey man, you know, we're all for it. If y'all don't know Colton, he's good. He's the guy. He came up on Deanis Charles Rage Fest set. You know, what was the song he sung? It was some Misfit song.
He did
Last Caress, I think.
Last Caress, and then we got him to sing Backcountry too, and he was dressed as Lane Staley.
That was Colton.
Him
There you
and
go,
The guy
man.
who looks like Lane Staley is Colton.
Yeah,
I
awesome,
was under the
man.
impression
You know?
I hadn't seen Colton in like 2 years.
Yeah, Dean did
Rage
not
Fest.
remember who Colton was, so that was like a great thing. We were like, yeah, Colton's gonna be there. And he's like, who? We were like, the dude that was in our band, and he said, What do you mean? There was somebody else? So that was good.
Oh
He was
man.
he was here. This guy was in our band for like 3 hours. That's how long that one session of band was.
We did it like
Well,
he
we
was
went up
with
there
us like
with him.
3 or 4 times.
Matthew was in North Carolina, and Colton wanted to jam. So I was like, all right, well, I'm sure Dean won't be mad if we meet up.
Oh,
So I
actually
made
remember that.
Dean get out of bed and hang out with him.
We had our first meet. We had Colton there, and Donovan got like a shipment of workout bands, like sweatbands.
Yeah,
So that
get the
was
picture
good.
up. I sent it.
I remember that
Yeah,
actually.
pull the picture up, please. Yep, that was a great.
Yeah,
Like
the
shit,
real
first
reason
weekend.
he left
the
is he
hell?
wouldn't put the headbands on and be funny like the rest of us.
Yeah, so we
And
yelled
Matthew
at.
isn't
I
wearing
yelled
one
at him.
because his head is so huge we couldn't squeeze it on.
Yeah, so I put it on my fingers. It wouldn't even go over my thumb. I had to like force it. I think I eventually got it. That was a good haircut I had then. Might go back.
That was kind of a peak haircut.
Looked like you go to
Yeah,
church.
for all of us. The Leggett cut. Oh,
So yeah,
here's the other one. This is after I've finessed it onto my body. You can look at it.
So I got a question here, which I don't know if you guys are open to answering questions.
Oh yeah, sure.
But this is for any deep deep web rage fans out there. There's a group called Five Man Mafia that
Oh
existed
man.
before Rage Division. Um, and I wanted to know what happened with that, or like the background of it, just anything, because I'm just such a huge fan of the work you guys used to do. That I'd be
Okay,
curious
so
to know.
I did my own little music rap career thing. I didn't rap or make music, but my brother did. But I would record the videos and like I ran the social media for it. But it was like we like made fun of British people, but we let too many people come and help us. It like got to a 12-man group and only 3 of us were actually working. So we kind of stopped that. Y'all can find it on Instagram, Sir Archibald the third with 3 eyes. So if y'all really want to go look at that stuff, there's a YouTube channel too with some gold mine. But Five Man Mafia, that was gonna be the thing. It was gonna be the 3 people that worked plus 2 others that wanted to help. And we came up with a name. And there's a demo out there somewhere. I don't know where it is. Somebody's got a video of it. So maybe that'll show up one day. But um yeah, I wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do something. So when me and Philip finally were able to do a Rage Division, I was so happy because I could finally just do something and not sit and rot in my room all day and play Fortnite. So you know
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, that's really cool.
Well, and
And
the people want to know, what's your Fortnite skin?
Right now, I'm kind of rare. I rock that Balenciaga Night Dude, and then the Travis Scott. So I keep it classy. I also have an
Mhm.
Airman that I do every once in a while, but I haven't been on an Xbox in a long
I knew what those were.
time. So yeah.
yeah,
Um.
so we're gonna get some new music out before summer rolls around, and we're gonna be launching a program, and we're gonna do a couple things with Rage Vision. So we're doing Addict Tracks, which is it's gonna be sort of like
I kill myself. What? What?
Ah, you're so beautiful. You're so like radiant.
Rylan, you look great there.
Oh,
and Addict Tracks is going to be sort of a music studio thing where it's just a huge place to find all of the music that we do. So at some point we'll do some more stuff with Rage Division. We got their theme song taken care of with them. So that's pretty cool. You can catch that at the beginning of this episode
Go
if you
back.
skip to this point or you're watching a clip. And so there,
5-minute
keep your ears peeled for some good stuff coming from us and them. And then Deanisch Charles will be dropping soon out there in like 12 years. But
Yeah.
we'll
We're
make a nice
working
post
on
for
an
you
album,
guys.
a little LP maybe. We're trying to
yeah.
get something out there. We got 3 or 4 songs in the works.
There you go, man. So to wrap this up, where can they find you guys online?
Yeah, you can find us at Deanisch Charles on Instagram. It's Deanisch Charles, Deanischarles. There's not really anything good out there, but the rest of us members, you can, we're all linked there. We got some stuff. If you're really interested in that, you can check us out there too.
My Scratch
And you can
account
catch us
is...
at RageFest 2 2024 spring. Make sure to catch us there, guys.
Hi guys, my Scratch account is Den. The most effective way to find it is to go to the Scratch website and type in Stick Strike into the search bar. I just letting y'all know.
I just wanted to say how lucky I've been personally to work with creator of Wizrat on.
That's not what it's called.
What?
You don't know
Called
about it got renamed Ratcaster.
You're a fake fan.
Ratcaster,
bro.
man.
No,
Come
I'm a
on.
real fan.
Yeah.
I remembered. I forgot.
Fun fact, Cohen is actually the world record holder for the glitchless Ratcaster speedrun.
I am indeed. It's what was it like
We're
3
proud of
minutes
him.
or something?
It was just under 4 minutes, yeah, because there was the marker that you couldn't break into for a while there.
Yeah. I'm
All
just
right,
like
guys. So if y'all are watching this on YouTube, please go to Rage Division, RXGEDIVISION on Instagram. That's where we're gonna be active more. The YouTube. I'm gonna try to make some more long form videos and stuff of just how we do stuff. I'm gonna try to interview more people and go to ragedivision.com and buy a shirt. I got a bunch of leftovers online right now. So, grab that stuff. Once it's gone type deal.
It didn't work.
Okay, we're gonna cut that.
No, keep that
Try
in.
it
No,
That
that's
was
a
the
clip,
best
man.
of the
You're
whole
posting that. That's
podcast.
the only
That's a
clip
clip,
you
man.
can post of it.
That's a YouTube short right there.
So it looks like we're gonna have to figure out what's wrong with the website in a second after this. But
Really gone.
yeah, please go to the Instagram, drop a follow, support us. It's 3 high schoolers right now.
The
soon to be-
website works. Cohen just typed it in weird for some reason.
Oh my gosh,
Did you put
Cohen,
an H or an X?
RXGE.
Oh, that
Put an
makes
A.
sense.
Just click the link.
Oh my gosh, Cohen, you made me look like a fool in online. But yes, please go buy a shirt. They're limited. That stuff's going to go off when we do our next drop. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 left of each of them. The shirt that I'm wearing right now, that's a pre-order that's been up for a minute. But I'm trying to get some more people to buy it. It's as cheap as we can make it. The cheapest thing on there's only like what, $5. So
I mean, a beater for $5 is so honestly, you cannot get that anywhere else.
highest quality stuff. That ink's not going anywhere. Get the rare stuff. Get this old stuff now while it's still available. It's going to be rare one day. So, yeah, with that, thank y'all for watching. And, stay tuned for more episodes. We got a lot more on the way. So, bless up.
Oh, hell yeah.